Once upon a time, in a dense and lively forest, there lived a parrot named Polly. Polly was known far and wide for her vibrant feathers and her ability to talk. She was the talk of the jungle, and she knew it. Polly was a proud parrot. She would spend her days perched on a tall tree branch, boasting about her colourful plumage and her cleverness. She often boasted to her friends, "I have the most beautiful feathers in the whole jungle, and I'm the smartest bird around." Her friends, including Tommy the toucan and Benny the sparrow, would nod and smile politely. They knew Polly loved to boast, but they also knew that true beauty lay in one's actions and not just in words. One day, a wise old owl named Ollie came to visit the jungle. Ollie was known for his wisdom and his ability to see through the hearts of creatures. Polly, as usual, couldn't resist showing off in front of the wise owl. "Polly," said Ollie, "you have beautiful feathers and you're quite clever with words. But remember, it's not the boasting words that make one great. It's the deeds that count." Polly, not used to hearing such things, scoffed at the old owl's advice. She replied, "Deeds are overrated, Ollie. My words alone can impress anyone." Ollie sighed but didn't say more. He knew that Polly would have to learn this lesson on her own. A few days later, a drought hit the jungle. The once lush forests started to wither, and the animals were struggling to find food and water. The situation grew dire, and the animals began to worry. Tommy the toucan, who had been a good friend to Polly, decided to take action. He gathered all the birds in the jungle and organized a team to search for water. They spent hours flying around, looking for any sign of water, and finally they found a hidden spring deep within the forest. The news of the discovery spread quickly, and soon all the animals were gathered around the spring, quenching their thirst and thanking Tommy and his team for their efforts. As word of Tommy's deeds reached Polly, she felt a twinge of jealousy. She realized that while she had been busy boasting about herself, Tommy had been selflessly helping others. Determined to prove herself, Polly decided to do something good for the jungle too. She used her colourful feathers to attract the attention of the other birds and gathered them all together. She organised a group to collect fruits from the trees and distribute them to the hungry animals. The animals were delighted by Polly's initiative and thanked her for her help. Polly felt a warmth in her heart that she had never felt before. She realised that there was more to being great than just boasting. As days turned into weeks, Polly continued to help her friends in the jungle. She used her intelligence to solve problems and her beautiful feathers to brighten up the forest. She no longer felt the need to boast because her actions spoke louder than words. One evening, as the sun set behind the tall trees, Polly sat on her favourite branch, feeling content. Ollie the owl, who had been watching her transformation, flew over and said, "Polly, remember what I told you. It's the deeds that count, not the boasting words." Polly nodded and replied, "You were right, Ollie. I've learned that actions speak louder than words. I am no longer the boastful parrot I used to be, and I am grateful for the friends who helped me realise this." From that day forward, Polly became known not just for her beauty and clever words, but also for her kind heart and helpful deeds. The jungle was a happier place, and Polly had learned a valuable lesson. It's not the boasting words that make one great. It's the deeds that count. And so, the moral of the story is clear. Don't just talk about being great. Show it through your actions. Boasting words may impress temporarily, but it's the good deeds that leave a lasting impact on the world.